G'day everybody, this is Grassroots Rugby, club rugby from up and down New Zealand. And in this episode, well, we've got a definite South Island, North Island split. The first two games there from the South Island, and then we head north to Tauranga in the Bay of Plenty and to Ratana in Maunganui. But we're going to start in Omihi. This is North Canterbury, and it's the Canterbury Country final. Glenmark Cheviot will be playing Prebleton. Our man there is Jock Ross.
Hi everybody, welcome to Grassroots Rugby. Great to have it back on your screens. We're here in the little place called Omihi, which is about half an hour north of Christchurch on State Highway 1. We're here for the Lucetti Seeds Combined Competition trophy. It's a tough one, tough competition, this one. There's 20 teams in here. It incorporates North Canterbury, Ellesmere and Mid Canterbury. They play them in two sections of 10. We've had the full round, we've had the quarterfinals, the semi-finals, and we're here today in Omihi. Last two men standing, Glenmark Cheviot versus Prebleton. It's a beautiful day, the sun's shining, the ground's in good nick. Almost feel like playing myself, almost. So let's get inside and see what we can find. This side has been in this situation many times over the last few years. Does that help you sort of getting on the job?
Yeah, we've got a lot of leaders, a lot of boys with quite a bit of experience. So in terms of finals weeks, they're quite prepared and hopefully they can help our young boys out a fair bit out there.
Yeah. It's been a long, hard row, and you've only had one loss. I saw that in Mayfield against Southern. That would have been, it's a long way away. It would have been a tough bus trip home, Jack, and you won't want to feel like that again. But it must have given you some resolve. Yeah,
I think it was a tough game. It was an epic game of footy, though, but sort of it almost brought the boys closer together, sort of that feeling of losing, and then to string it back and come back home together, and we had to ride that out together. So for anything, I think we're probably better for it and better to have that throughout the season and hopefully this week.
Yeah. Everybody fit? You got a full side?
Yeah, we got a full side. A couple of boys out that have been out for sort of 4 weeks now, so we'll just sort of deal with those punches and keep rolling forward.
Yeah. What are you expecting from the Prebleton boys today?
I'd expect them to try and match us physically and then take us on out wide in the sort of wider channels.
Yeah.
Obviously, we'll be trying to back them up through the middle, and so yeah, I think they'll try to attack us outside the 15s.
You've created a bit of a fortress here. You're a very difficult bunch of fellas to handle up here at Omihi.
Yeah, we sort of call it the home of footy, but nobody really wants to travel up these ways. It's a fair way from, especially those Ellesmere and Mid Canterbury teams, so we love getting them on the road and bringing teams out here.
Simon, it's been a long, hard road, but you've made it here. How are the boys feeling?
Yeah, really excited. We were in the final of this competition last year, and we were playing at our own paddock there, and we got beat on the day. It was wet weather, miserable conditions, and the weather gods are smiling at us today, and we're a bit happier to have a dry track this time.
So that must sort of give you a bit of advantage. It's a similar team to last year, so they will have learnt lessons from that.
Yeah, and not just this competition, but also the regional competition in Ellesmere. There's been a lot of finals for this group, and they've plenty of experience now. They know what they need to do and just focus on their job at hand.
It's a long, tough road, and it's it's a hell of a good effort to get here.
Yeah, we're certainly looking to go one better this year, though. The final appearance last year was the first time we had got to the final, and we've got a taste. Now we want more.
You'd have to admit that this place is a bloody hard place to come and play.
Yeah, I definitely think it's a top two affair, and we've already hosted Glenmark earlier this year. We came up short on that occasion, so we know it's going to be a tough test.
Yeah. So will these weather conditions suit you, Simon?
I would say it suits us more than anyone yet. We're going to throw it around.
So you're going to give the ball a bit of air?
Yep, we're going to chuck it around all day.
Yeah.
What do you reckon today? Big clash?
Big clash. Be tight, I reckon. Taking the Glenmark win. Pretty tight one. I'd say Glenmark, yeah, definitely 12 and under.
How do you reckon the game's going to go today?
Good question, yeah. Two great teams. I think it's going to be a bit of a battle up front. But yeah, it'll be... I mean, the pitch looks immaculate, so hopefully it's some fast-running rugby. That's what we all come here to see. And yeah, I guess may the best team win.
You like that, don't you? And we're going to start with running rugby. And here they run onto the field. Glenmark, well, they had a big win over Southbridge, a whole 6 points in that. And a monster win for Prebleton in their semi-final, just the 1 point in it. Glenmark have the yellow stripes on their jerseys, Prebleton all blue.
Glenmark, very famous club in New Zealand, Canterbury Rugby. Plenty of All Blacks hail from here.
Cool,
Another
tap,
one's
go,
first
try.
on attack. Geordie Gray. Hard-working, snappy little halfback, Geordie Gray. Gets this game underway, Mace.
I'm going to give them their full name once, Glenmark Cheviot. And do excuse us, Cheviot people, if we revert to Glenmark on its own now and again, because that's the way some of us grew up knowing this club.
The club rooms, it's been rebuilt for a few years ago, but the community's gotten behind it, rebuilt it, saved some of the memorabilia, which is fantastic.
Some of it's a bit sort of buckled and melted.
Some of it's got a better story.
It was a huge tragedy that at the time, but they've turned it around beautifully. Gee, I tell you what, they're doing well here.
Well, the way it's presented brilliantly.
That's a great try.
So good. What a great build-up.
That is a sensational try to one of the fatties. Which one it was who got up with it? I think it was Andrew Zipicic.
Is he the big veteran tight head prop? But the ball presentation by the Glenmark forward pack, just absolutely money ball. Go forward, so hard to defend for Pimblton. You're on the back foot, flat-footed all the time. So tough.
Well, if now's the time for a statement scrum, so they did just that. Did Chevier, but Prebleton did get the ball out, and the kick passes worked nicely, and now out wide. Runs Fogarty. Fogarty with another kick. That's the second kick in this movement, and the bounce is crawled. Oh, hang on. Fogarty's got it himself. And this is a try. This is the try from the ages. What a great try to Prebleton. Wow.
A kick pass, a kick and chip. We don't see the kick pass, which is brilliant. That was 95 metres back. Then the kick and chase, and backing up the kick chase. Fogarty, the fullback. You don't often see two kicks in the lead up to a try.
What a try. What a great try.
And all from 90 metres.
Those guys beforehand, they said they wanted to see some running rugby. Well, they won't see much better than that, I don't think. Prebleton, tails are up now. They've scored the best try so far, and they're looking to score another one. As out on the outside is Black, and Black goes in the corner after a great run from Coleman. Oh, that's another splendid try from Prebleton, and we're all tied up at 15.
Tough pass from the number 10 Coleman. We'll see that in the replay. So he's wrapping around to his right-hand side. Players in motion. He knows his space on his far right-hand side. Draw and pass. Beautiful. In front. Black just gets momentum going. Tied up 17 all. Half-time pretty close. Man, what a game.
Showed a bit of speed there, did Black. Now, Glenmark decided that the time has come to roll their sleeves up again. This is a facet of play they're good at. They've scored one try already through that. They've scored another try through Gray, sneaking over from a tap kick. He tried to sneak over from the back of that maul, didn't. Hello. Another one. Another front rower, I suspect. And I think this is the other prop forward, Harry Allen, is it?
Well, I can tell you why Glenmark is so good at the pick and drive and the roll. A couple of the All Blacks out of this club. Grizz Wiley would love this work. Andy Earle, tough as teak, blindside flanker. Richard Lowe not too far away from the area, never played for the club. Another type of players and forwards. Toddy Blackadder, another forward from the All Blacks coming out of this club. That's why they're so good at the pick and drive.
So that converted try takes Glenmark ahead by 22 points to 17 at the break. It's been an entertaining first half, that's for sure. Grab your cuppa now, because you're going to have a bit more cheering to do in a few seconds.
Rinse and repeat for Glenmark, isn't it? Straight back down, good territory. Set phase domination. We've seen the scrum, we've seen the line-out drive now. Bodies are low, bodies protected, ball's protected. This has got to be over for the front rower. Has to be for Hyde.
Well, 3 tries to the front rowers. Number 1's got one, number 3's got one, and now number 2's got one. Nick Hyde.
Technically brilliant, weren't they, Glenmark? Ball was tucked down, it moved to the back of that maul really quickly. Pembleton had no way of stopping that legally, and they didn't, and the 5-pointer was scored.
Ain't that pretty, but it does the job. It's 5 on the board. Now, Glenmark looking out wide, where Murray runs into a gap, Keeps running. Got to tackle him. They didn't. And Harry Murray goes in for the try. And that looks like a pretty useful lead to me.
I thought the offload was here from Murray, as we see on the replay. So move ball to the right-hand side. Jersey 15. We're looking forward. This was the money ball there. Out that back door from the right-hand pass. He didn't have to do it. He had the strength himself. And over for another entertaining try.
Prebbleton really want to get back into this. They've scored some fine tries. There's no doubt about that. Nice step. So he goes for a soft shoulder. Did Vince's. They try again, charging. Now this is my theory here, is that 2 passes from here will probably score. There's the first one. Actually, that's the only one they're going to need. Niall Murphy shows some real strength, and Prebbleton closed the gap.
Incredible strength. 3 defenders on top of, we'll see in the replay for Murphy. And boy, Prebbleton, they have got some ticker about them, some real fight. Love to see this. Country rugby at its absolute best. Stonking crowd, good entertainment, and 2 teams just never giving up.
The Canterbury Country combined final. That's North Canterbury, Mid Canterbury, Ellesmere combined. And now, from out of nowhere, comes Glenmark.
Yeah, don't look around, that was the mistake.
He's got his hands on the ball though, and a second try for Harry Murray. Number 4 there, Ben Morris. He did some great work and kept his head.
I know, but the mistake was he should have backed himself. So the hack through, we're going to see that, which is brilliant. Love to see it. Then he starts, I'm not meant to be out here. No one's around. He looked, he stopped, he hesitated. Then the defence would come back, but then clarity, clear head. The number 4, so good. Knew where his man was.
I think that bit of work has won the game for his team. The conversion is over. The referee says no more time. 41-27. Glenmark Cheviot over Prebbleton. They've won the Canterbury Country combined final, and they take out the Lucetti Cup.
Prebbleton captain Tim with me now. Tim, what a game. Nobody really deserved to lose that.
Yeah, it was a great game of rugby. We're obviously very disappointed, but we didn't go down without firing a few shots. So proud of the boys for the effort they put in today.
Glenmark Cheviot captain Andrew with me now. Andrew, what a game. What are your thoughts?
Oh, it's a wonderful game, isn't it? I'm just glad we got such an awesome game to put on for today. It's a sign of both teams. Both teams were awesome. Both teams were very well played. Sets for a good grandstand game.
Yeah, you put a lot of pressure on them at the start of the game, but they defended reasonably well.
Yeah, absolutely. We started off exactly the way that we wanted to. But half time we told the boys that that's not it. There's another 40, and sure enough they came back and made us work for it. Full credit to them. They're a good side.
Winners are grinners. Stick around when we come back. We're staying in the South Island, in actual fact, for Collingwood against Takaka. These are 2 of the smaller towns in the South Island of New Zealand. Grassroots Rugby takes you to the northwestern tip of the South Island. This is Farewell Spit. It's a lovely, lovely part of the world. We're off to Collingwood, and Takaka are the opposition. There is the domain. At Collingwood, the weather, not quite as good as it could be.
Alrighty, Graham, tell us how your season's been going, mate.
So we've struggled a bit for numbers, and we knew that was going to be the case early on because we'd only had a core 16 or 18, and then we had some bad injuries first couple of games. And we've luckily managed to salvage some ex-players and guest players from over the hill, which has boosted our numbers, but most of the time we've only been rolling with sort of 16, 17, which is unfortunate, but we've still enjoyed what we've been doing. It's just lacking the numbers to sort of create the style of rugby that we wanted to, and injuries to key players, especially in our backs, hasn't helped that. But we've still managed to field a team most weeks. Just
So what's the type of style that you guys do want to play?
Well, we've sort of stuck to what we've done for the last few years, which is it's quite forward orientated, but with just patterns around that. And then we did have some quite exciting backs that we're working on getting a bit wider, which is not really our style. We've sort of gone back to the basics really, just a bit more up the guts, use our pods well, try and run the opposition around, and if the game unfolds well, then we should be winners at the end.
And this weather, does that play into your hand a bit?
It normally does a wee bit, because we're pretty straight hard runners, not much sideways, and Takaka vice versa, they're a bit more sideways runners, like a bit of width, got a bit more pace than us, so it will certainly suit us if we can keep our line coming up all day and keep tackling them as they come at us.
And it's a pretty big game, eh?
It's obviously been happening for hundreds of years, but the last probably 10 to 12 years we've had the luxury of just sneaking it through, and so this year they're doing a lot better than us, and they're looking in a good place to top 4, and this is sort of a stepping stone for that as well, not only to get a trophy back that they've missed for a while, but to cement their place in the top 4, which is well deserved after the season they've had.
Alrighty, so you've had a pretty good season so far.
Yeah, it's been a good start to the year for the boys. Got a couple more games to go, but yeah, it's been a really good season. Where everyone's a year older, I've got quite a young team, so I've gone pretty well. Had a couple of tough losses to some really good teams the past few weeks, so we had a good win last week, and try and do that again today.
So what's clicked?
I think they're all a year older. They wanted a bit more. They're a bit more mature. We had a few years where they were 16, 17. So
mature might be a loose word.
Yeah, very, very loose. But
older,
a couple of years older. So and they're really starting to gel. And just we've got some old boys though.
Yeah,
still floating around. Tady's still there. It's a good guys. That in the late 20s come back like Housey and that. Done really well for the team. So had a few injuries, but touch wood, not too bad. So we don't have a big squad, so
Cool. And what have you been working on as a team?
As a team, we're not as big as most teams, so we try and spread it around a bit, which may be a bit difficult in Collingwood's beautiful sunshine, but we'll give it our best. We'll play our brand of rugby, and it means a lot to us. We haven't had the trophy for a while, so we really want to come and bring our game.
And it's Battle of the Bay, big game.
Yeah, massive game. So last year we threw a pretty good lead, and they came back and held us up by 5 or 6 points. So certainly, want to work on that and really get the win. They've been the benchmark for a lot of years. Collingwood, they've had the wood over us too for a number of years. So hopefully we can come out here and
They do pretty well for a small team.
They do really well. Really good. They have a good game plan and they know how to execute it. Like that, they're a proud club.
Yeah, small community.
100 odd years, great community.
And they'll have their talisman Toddy on the sideline by the sounds of it.
Yeah. So, someone said he's been sneaking down to training, so,
Awesome. Cheers, guys. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Cheers.
$5 a ticket for the raffle, and it's a chili bin in a barrow full of stuff. Collingwood out onto the field. And Takaka in their red and blue. This is Golden Bay in South Island, New Zealand.
Golden sunshine at the moment, isn't it?
Battle of the Bay, they call it, as Takaka have come up and over the hill to Collingwood. And they take it up towards the 22. And, a lovely little tip.
Look at
and
them.
there's some speed.
Anthony Tate.
Go, Tony Tate, you beauty.
You know the great thing about Anthony Tate? He can go, got a burst of speed. He is the club president of
Really?
Takaka. Yeah. Been doing it for a few years. Loves the game. Loves it to absolute bits, like we all do, of course. But he also knows how to run onto a short ball. And when you have momentum like that, nobody is going to stop him. That is brilliant stuff.
Pick the gap,
Well
and
done,
he
man.
was
Well done.
through. Good ball, front of the line out for Collingwood. Johnson pulled it down.
Yeah, interesting. Landed the wrong way, but just kept running forward. Very determined.
This is Division 2 of Nelson Bay's rugby.
And this is going to be tough. This game will be tough. There's been plenty of hard running it straight up the guts, they say. Good ball presentation.
There'll be plenty of blokes up there in that shop there, every single one of them loving this.
Yeah, loving
Just
it. Over.
loving it. Try scored. I think it was the captain, the number 8 Irons, wasn't it? Yes, it is. Sean Irons, they call him Jeremy.
Irons, do they? But this is the way, just those little metre gains, going forward, momentum, ball retention in these difficult conditions, easier said than done. But boy, Takaka just had to be low there, didn't they? Lower than the opposition to stop that, because someone as strong as Irons, so tough to stop.
This rain is persistent, makes goal kicking difficult. Oh, not that hard. Not that hard at all. So that's a 7-5 lead to Collingwood at the break. It's hardly convincing, is it? 7 points to 5. I wonder what one of their old boys, their real talented old boys, that's him right in the middle there.
Former All Black captain Todd Blackadder, of course, from Canterbury, left school early. Started a welding apprenticeship, of all things, up in Collingwood. He still comes back, coaching in Japan at the moment, but comes back and lends a hand, reconnects with the community. That's one of his strengths, actually, connection.
So Takaka have got a sub on there, Nathan Baker, who looks for all the world like one of the more recent All Black captains, Sam Whitelock. Look at him. Standing over the ball there.
Gee, that's a nice compliment, isn't it?
It is.
Compared to Sam Whitelock, you're doing pretty well with yourself.
Well, he's about the right size.
Sam Whitelock would say, do to your jersey, son.
What can you see from up there, little one? You can see an attempt at goal. 2 steps, that's all you need. If you're accurate. Accurate we are. And Takaka hit the lead. 8-7. This is a bit of a ball game.
The Battle of the Bay, you call it in your mace. The Battle of the Bay.
I didn't make that up. Somebody told it to me, to be fair.
Straighten up. Straighten up.
Davis. Now he needs to offload. Now he needs to be strong.
He put the gas on though, didn't he? Beautiful when he did get on the outside, Davis. That was good. Got over, some momentum.
And he rolled away, so no danger of the penalty. Now the big guys go to work. As they...
Oh, there you go, Sam Whitelock.
That's my boy, Whitey.
Oh, that's a penalty. That's got to be a penalty.
Referee comes back for a penalty for a deliberate knockdown.
And some debate, which is wonderful. Collingwood don't believe it. The fans don't believe it.
I'm telling you.
We can confirm it.
You're going to have to believe this, because another 3 points takes them ahead to 11 points to 7.
Okay, what inspirational words did Todd Blackadder say to them at training during the week? How's he going to inspire them for next little moments of this game to get ahead?
Right, he's going to ask everybody to do their job. He's going to have told them that they want individual excellence.
Trust each other.
Trust the other bloke to do his job. Meanwhile, you catch every ball that comes your way. You make every tackle that's presented in front of you. And let's see what happens. And the other thing is, go and play the game down their end, which is exactly what Collingwood are doing. It's hard to tell, but it's the gold and black team that are attacking the red and blue team's goal line. They almost got there.
Tough job for the referee at the moment, because he is just, where is that ball? Where's the cake of soap? Where's the try line? Easy to knock the ball on. Over.
Big yell.
Is he on the right side?
Yes, he is. Referee says try. There's big whacking on the back. Look at the state of this, I think. I'm not sure, but I think that's Ben Ralston who's gone over for the try. The referee says it is points. Doesn't matter who got him.
I'm giving it to the forwards. That is an absolute clincher of a try. Conversion to come. But I tell you, time is nearly up. Time has to be up. Collingwood have to win it.
14-11, last gasp win to Collingwood. Gee, that was an entertaining game.
Alrighty, what a game of rugby, eh?
Yeah, it was a fantastic game, and you could see there was a great game of rugby, and there's a lot of feeling out there today.
And you're based in Japan now.
Yeah.
You reckon you'll ever come back here and have a little bit to do with this club?
Well, this is my home here, so I used to play rugby for Collingwood years ago, so When I'm not in Japan, I'm here, so it was just good to see the boys. And I come down for the odd training, but I have to say, with the way the boys performed today, you should be really proud of themselves.
Awesome. And you enjoy coming back to little old Collingwood?
Yeah, it's nice. It's always back to back, grassroots and back to normality. So it's awesome.
Another rainy day, and it was a hard-fought game. Come down to the wire at the end there, and the boys showed a lot of grit and a lot of good defence on their try line, but they were fortunate enough to get off, but definitely needed a lot of things to work on,
And it makes your next week a little bit harder, or the rest of the season?
Yeah, it does. We got 2 more games. We really wanted to get this one in the bag and make it a bit easier on ourselves coming into semi-finals. But fingers crossed we can build from this, get up next week and then finish strong, and then hopefully still get our spot there in the semi-finals.
Alrighty, that was one of the best games of rugby I've ever filmed.
Yeah, we knew it was going to be tough when they come out here, but we didn't think it'd quite be that close. But...
She was pretty brutal.
Yes, definitely brutal, especially that second half there. Both teams were trying to take it to each other, but...
And you got the cup?
Yeah, no, kept the shield again. I think it's about 10 years now, so we'll hold it for a few more, hopefully.
Collingwood will be happy about that. If you look there down towards the bottom, it takes them further up the table. I don't think Takaka will be that pleased, because a win there would have seen them slip into the top 3. That's not what happened. It's raining in the Bay of Plenty. That was Mount Maunganui that you saw there. We're here for the women's final in the Bay of Plenty Championship.
Jeff, it's finals time.
Yeah, exciting day today. Yeah, weather's not playing its part, but we'll deal with what we have to deal with and see how we go.
What's the path been like coming to the finals?
Yeah, we had a bit of a slow start. We defaulted our first game, and then lost the next one, and then we just slowly built, over the rest of the season from there, and fought our way through, and obviously made the final today.
What strengths does your team have?
We're pretty much an all-round team. We have forwards that'll work hard, and then also in our backs there's a couple of superstars there that can turn a game for us if they need to. And I think that's held us well over the season, whereas some other teams are forward-based and other teams are backs-based. But luckily, we're quite all-round.
And the Rangataua, what do you make of them?
Yeah, Rangataua, they're another good, solid team, very similar in size to us, and they also play a similar style to us. So the weather probably doesn't suit either team today, and it'll be interesting to see who can adapt to it the best.
Tell me, how has the season gone?
Yeah, it's gone pretty well. We've got a new team. I think we had 4 players back from last year. We're in last year's final against the Mount as well. So, developing, but really stoked that the girls have got to the final and showed a lot of resilience to get there as well.
And tell me about your team. What are some of the strengths you guys put on the field?
I think we've got a pretty good forward pack. We'll probably enjoy this type of weather, I'd imagine. Our edges are pretty strong. Like when we can finish and get the ball out to the edge, works well for us. So, and we've got a good mix of, we've got some really good experienced players and some young ones coming through. I think we've got 6 girls that are under 18 this year as well. So, good mix of players. Yep.
And what do you make of the Mount team?
Yeah, the Mount's a really good team. Jeff and the coaching team, they're pretty well drilled. They're quite structured as well. So it'll be a good game. It should be a tough game. I think it'll be this weather will even it up for most of them really, because we both play fairly similar styles. Getting it to the edges quite expensive. Yeah.
So last season you lost the final to the Mount.
Yes. Yep.
Bit of a grudge match.
Yeah, it certainly is. It's quite good to know that the year before we beat them, but it's certainly it'll be a good grudge match, all right, that's for sure, yeah.
We're here for Rangataua. We're supporting Te Kihi Ora Leeds by Kuka. And I just hope Rangataua is going to win.
All day.
I want to say the Marlins, and I want to say they're going to win by 7.
7 will do. There's the trophies that are going to be presented. the big cup and the medals for each team. Mount Maunganui in the green and gold had a win over Tongariro in their semi-final, while Rangataua, well, they were a little bit closer, weren't they, against Poroporo, but they got there. The Wahine Toa of Mount Maunganui and of Rangataua.
Mount Maunganui defending champs. Love to go back-to-back, never easy. Every team has that intention, that dream. These two teams in the final.
It's a good run that by Van der Scheer, showed some real strength. The referee showed some elusive skill there to get out of the way of the ball. Nice pass. Running onto it is Taki Moana, and she slides on in. Peyton Taki Moana.
Yeah, an athlete of real promise, but what a build-up as well. Some beautiful offloads. Conditions are really, really challenging. You can see underfoot, but the ball very wet. The intention of these ladies just to offload, go into contact, move the ball. Wow, so skillful, so well supported. Been so good for our game.
Rangataua, strong scrum, that's good. Now sliding off the back is Paul. The kick through may be dangerous here. This is going to stop right on the goal line. Terrific try. She picked it up and went. Kiana Ray.
Great tactic. Once more we talk about the ground surface, the ball just getting along there, but also because it's so wet, stops dead. Then we want to see Ray just coming into shot now, jersey 14. Knew she could slide into it, had the skills to slide and pick up, didn't want to scoop it. That was good enough to get the try.
Rangataua, they've scored a try from round about this position before, and they're looking strong again, running into gaps. What a terrific try to Tapsel. Paul, Tapsel, Ray, all combined. Tapsel got in for the try.
Sapphire Tapsel, jersey 10, the pass and back up once more. Just really good heads-up rugby, staying support, being around by the ball carrier. You buy the ball, you're in the game. And that is what Tapsel did brilliantly there, attacking that right-hand side. Players in motion, plenty of numbers. Tough kick.
Didn't enjoy that at all. 10-7 the lead to Rangataua then at half-time. And quite a few of the crowd headed for the coffee cart. Warm themselves up. Good ball at the back of the line out. Now they've used their scrum strongly. Now the line out drive. This is just about perfect. Strider Green. Oh, you love that phase of play.
Yeah, but picked her moment brilliantly too. I think Paul, the halfback, might have had good communication when we look at the replay. It's a good leg drive. Momentum's just about to stop. Look at the communication, a little halfback telling a player when to go, where to go. And Green did exactly that. Listen to a halfback. Sometimes it's good advice to do that, Mace. And got the result.
Well, it's not going to stop them yapping for the rest of the day. Ooh, big shoulder dropped in there by Walrond.
Yeah, she's been good too, the 10, hasn't she, from Mount Maunganui. Mount Maunganui, the home club of the All Black coach Scott Robinson. He went to college here. In fact, they only test All Black out of that college. A couple of All Blacks, he's the only one who played a test. Brilliant. Razor 8, over.
That'll do.
Good.
Moata'ane goes in for the try after some real pressure from the Mount Maunganui forward pack.
And they needed it too, didn't they, the Mount, these conditions. Finally got them good field position, good build-up, good ball retention. This game is tightened up once more.
Again, a good scrum. They've looked strong in midfield, have Mount Maunganui, but oh boy, they ran into a big black wall there. No way through. No way through there either. The defence is great here from Rangataua.
Ball retention from the Mount have been good too. This is the leg driver. This is the momentum that they're after.
She slid all the way over. That is a try.
Angel Mulu, that is, I think, jersey 18. Boy, it took a lot of work in the build-up.
She had a long way to go here.
And I've got to say, mate, the impact of both benches, both reserve benches coming on, wonderful for the depth of rugby New Zealand, amazing for the depth of rugby here. women's rugby and Bay of Plenty. Whara Palmer Cup coming up in the not too distant future. Great for a game once more.
Rangataua. Penalty. Yeah, tap and go. Yes, they are. Tapping and going. Tahiri looks out wide, and there's space out wide here. Man over, don't need them. That's an excellent try. Akolo gets the try. Rangataua are in the lead, and they're happy. And they've got an injured player as well.
Gee, the ebbs and flows of this game, isn't it? The lead change has been outstanding. They've been tight, taking their chances. The outside step, I think, the power. Boy, and which I love too, the excitement when their teammates go over for a try.
I thought they might have drowned one of them then, actually. She nosedived into a puddle. This is the Sir Gordon Titchens field. It's the part of Blake Park that the Sevens program train and live on. And Sir Gordon Titchens was very famous New Zealand Sevens coach, and if he was here today, he'd be more than happy with the running that he's seeing and the handling. And what sort of a try is that?
Takaka.
Oh, wow.
The loose forward running a brilliant line, backing up, supporting on the replay once more. So open side flanker that's on the field at the moment. The link play with the backs, which is great. But Rico Takaka, jersey number 20, I think, which is a line. She's playing loose forward. Once more, the impact on the bench. Boy, is that going to be enough? You cannot call this game.
Tahiri. She calmly lobs over the conversion, and they win it by 27 points to 19. Rangataua are the women's champions of Bay of Plenty. And are they just a little bit happy? Oh my goodness, you bet they are.
A lot of history between these two clubs.
A lot of history between the two clubs. You know, it's always a big game when we come together. We knew it was going to be no different when it comes to the finals. Final footy's always another step up. And I was proud of the girls. You know, we matched that physicality in there. We probably just needed more of it for the full 80 to really put them under the pressure.
Grace, what a game.
Yeah, unreal effort from the girls, super proud. We've worked really hard throughout the season, so it's awesome to get the results we wanted. Just, yeah, heart rate's still going pretty quick, so yeah, I'm so proud.
It's an absolute thriller with you guys trailing towards the end.
Yeah, it was a little bit stressful there. Had the heart rate going quite a bit, but so, like as I said before, I'm just so proud of the girls' efforts. Worked really hard this season, so it's good to get the results we wanted.
Just remember, winners are grinners. We've got one more match for you in Grassroots Rugby this week. It's from the Maunganui Union, Ratana against Marist. Grassroots Rugby takes you to the Whanganui Union on the west coast of the North Island of New Zealand, and we're at Ratana. Now, Ratana is the headquarters of the Ratana Church, a Christian faith with the Maori people.
So it's all up to you guys. Me and Haki and Jamie can only do what we can do.
Kia ora, my name is Tione Mari Ririnui. Originally from Tauranga, but I lived in Ratana for 52 years. In that 52 years, I've had a lot to do with the club, the Ratana Maramatanga Sports Club. It wasn't 100 years ago, it was just called a Ratana rugby team. In the year 2024, our 100 years up to now, it was a social team. It played for a shield called Rose Bowl. Our Ratana Rose Bowl was donated by our founder, Tio Pautiki Nirimu Ratana. He gave it to people here to form a rugby team. In the time I've been here was 1970 I came here. We didn't have a senior team, we just had a social team. We weren't playing in a competition until the year after, and then we put our team back into the Maunganui Rangitiki competition, which was Rangitiki at that time. We belonged to the Rangitiki sub-union. And we played there for many years, right up to now, in senior Bs until we got promoted to the premier grade, which was about 1996, something like that. We won the championship in 2001. Then again, we won it the year after that and the year after that. So we held a record for holding it 3 times in a row. and until it was taken off us, I think last year, from a team called Bora, which was Waverley in my days. And I congratulate them for winning it 4 times in a row on behalf of Ratana. As far as Ratana is concerned, we're actually doing quite well this year because we got a women's team. First time we've had a women's team. And they had their semi-finals last night, which unfortunately they never won. But hey, this is their first time in to get that far. It's a big success to our club. And we also got a B team, which is playing up in Cooney at this time and stage. And we also got a premier team and carrying on with the tradition of 100 years.
Today is a big day for us. Obviously, it's our last game of the round robin. We've been given an opportunity to make semi-finals, so it's now quarter-finals with Marist, one of our old foes. We've been always having battles with in the past, so we're really just really grateful to be given this opportunity. As you know, we've just come back to the Premier grade, and that was all about developing and just getting the interest back again. Being our 100th this year was important, I suppose, for us to have a Premier team. It's been really a great season for us to really be back and representing Ratana. For us today, we always got to be positive. I'm very confident we can go out there and have a good game and really take it to Marist today. And then once again, for me also, win or lose, I'm really proud of this team for bringing us as far as we did. I've got to be honest, 2 weeks out from the comp starting, we're a bit low in numbers. But as soon as the comp kicked off, everyone sort of started committing. And also want to thank my sponsors, Tāmata Hauha. Really grateful for what they do for us on and off the field. So on behalf of Tāmata Hauha Ratana, thank you, Grassroots.
The team's been going really well over the past weeks. Had a bit of a hiccup last week, but I'm keen to get back on track this week. We celebrated one of our young fellas' 100th game, Richard Smith, and also presented a few ties to a couple of debutants. On the game, we expect a physical game. The weather's turned out nice, so hopefully a good running game, which will suit us. Both teams are in the position to either go for semi-finals or winner takes all, so I'm expecting a good contest today.
And what does grassroots rugby mean to you from a Marist perspective?
Our grassroots is huge. It's huge for our rugby, not just for Marist, but for New Zealand rugby overall. In terms of our club, it gives the boys a good incentive to strive to be better, and a bit of brotherhood that we will try to get while playing games. And then having that rivalry, because a lot of teams, we all have friends in each club, and having that little banter amongst it just makes the whole game more enjoyable every week.
So who's going to win today?
Marist is
by how much?
By about probably 15.
This is Marist getting changed on the side of the field as the Ratana come onto the park. It's virtually a quarter-final. This is 4 against 5. So the winner will go through to the semi-finals. That's the plan anyway.
And this is Grassroots Rugby. This is quintessential Grassroots Rugby here at Maunganui. One of our heartland teams or unions. Premiership division. Almost like a quarter-final this match.
Jamie Hughes, the bald head of him, who viewers of the Heartland Championship, when we get round to it, will become familiar with.
Oh, they've got to let it go. You have to let it go.
Number 3 there, sir. You're
right,
not
there we go.
Good try. Good try to the wee halfback, Patea Koro.
Richard Smith from Marist, this jersey 3, was doing his best because he knew the referee was on the other side. So pretty smart, I have to say, from the tight head prop, doing his best to slow it down. Our eyes saw it, our camera got it. And as soon as Ratana had the ball that they needed, saw the space on that left, here we go, slow it down. That is so clever. That is so clever. But not clever enough.
You only break the law if you get caught, apparently. Marist, a tap and go here. And the big drive stopped. It was our Chong who went backwards, but the try was picked up by Tofa. And right under the post, this will level us up.
Yeah, absolutely great from the Marist forwards here. So set move, which is just a tap and go. Ratana just staunchly defending their line. Didn't have the numbers around the edges. And so far, open side flanker, always by the ball. always searching it, always seeing opportunities and taking them when you can.
Takaka feeds off the back, comes Kumbunavanua into the corner. That's a very, very good try indeed. CJ Stowers it was who took the final pass and has scored for Marist.
Yeah, all from a solid scrum, which is a base, isn't it? Try and get that right-hand side up, a classic. Well, I thought it was going to be an 8-9 combination. 8 straight to Stowers, the right-hand wing, but using the width of the rugby field, which I think kind of bit the defence there.
Using the great big mitt of the number 8 as well. Tap and go, it goes Patia Koro.
Good offloading.
They've got some numbers out wide here if he wants to use them. He doesn't. Hemi goes on his own. Picks it up again because he wasn't held and away he went a little bit further. Now they've got a real chance as the big guys line up for a crack. This is Harrison. And that's a try. Tiffany Harrison gets the dot.
Love the energy from Ratana, what they're playing with. They thought they had the numbers on the right-hand side. Tiffany Harrison just had to bend down because he's a big unit. Had to bend a long way down. He had to get momentum going. That momentum actually took him over the line, which was good. Might have surprised himself, but he should have backed himself. He did. Kick, the old uprights aren't that high. And it went to the right.
They're a bit cockeyed too, but Herawini's kick didn't quite make it no matter what. So 15-14, the lead to the home side at half-time.
Yep, Marist have been really direct, aren't they? Ratana trying to play with some energy, offloading. Game played in great conditions.
Oh, that's a nice line. That's a great line that he's running there. Coming through is Koro. Now the forwards are there in support, but the ball sort of spills out. So they start again. That's the try scorer, Tofa. And the halfback spins it out kind of wildly. And in the end, it's Bongeleka who goes in for the try after almost an unintentional pass by Takaka.
You know what, I'd love to try and count the offloads in this build-up. We're only seeing the end in the replay. But ball into contact, keeping the ball alive, support players left and right, which is the feature of both of these teams actually. But Marist just really backing themselves. I'm going to fling the ball out of the contact, knowing someone's going to be there, either through communication or just trust that their teammate's going to be around.
Great attacking position this for Ratana. Number 20, Leon Mason there. No, it's not him. They're going to give it to Herawini, and Herawini dashes, crashes, and smashes his way over, and Ratana are in the lead.
Using an athlete who just committed to that line, and the reason why they're so jubilant, there's still time on the clock, but they win this, Ratana. 3 points ahead if this conversion is successful. They go through to the playoff matches, that's the semi-final. First time since 2011. They will be the pride of the power if they can win this one. Marist need field position. They tie this match, they go through. That's how tight this match is, how tight the competition is.
Marino takes it into the setup. Now there's Robertson, who's been very good, and so too has Stowers.
They're going to battle him out.
Stowers has got one
They've got him
try.
out.
They've kicked him into touch, and they've done it. Ratana win by 22 points to 19. What a great win in their centennial year.
Yeah, it's a bit tough to swallow, but, you know, like, that's rugby. Got to win some, got to lose some, but, yeah, Ratana came out to that end and they finished strong, so, yeah, credits on them.
Jamie, congratulations. What a tough and physical game. Real drama at the end there, and you guys pulled through and, yeah, got the win, got the semi-finals in your first year back in Premier.
Yeah, I'm pretty proud of the boys, actually, the way they've been. We've been in pretty much do or die rugby for the last couple of weeks now, and yeah, I think it's brought the team closer, as you can see. The boys in the background, just loving the atmosphere and being here, really.
Oh, yeah. And as night falls over Ratana, the strawberry moon rises. Now, this actually does signify a strawberry picking season somewhere. Not here. It's a bit late for that. Look at that. Ratana up to 4th place, Marist down into 5th. So Ratana will play in the playoffs. Grassroots people, this is a segment we have every week to salute somebody who's done something good in rugby around the place. Well, these people, there's more than one somebody here. This is the fans that turned out to the Collingwood Takaka game in, well, pretty miserable conditions, but it's not only them. It's the fans that turned out all over the country because this sort of weather was pretty prevalent on this weekend. Next time on Grassroots Rugby, we'll continue our effort to bring you footy from up and down the length and breadth of New Zealand. We're going to be in Auckland for Puketapapa Roskill, which is a new club in the Premier Grade. Mount Roskill was a club many, many years ago at Fearon Park. Well, Puketapapa Roskill have taken that over. We'll also go to Thames Valley for Waihi and Pairoa. And we'll be up and down to a few other places as well. Hope you enjoyed it this week. Hope you enjoy it next week. This is Grassroots Rugby.